So please let me introduce my colleague Anna Fedorova. She is Chief Partnership Officer and CEO Unicorn Cup, and she will tell all of us a little bit more about the company and about the upcoming events. So Anna, please, you're welcome to start.
Thank you, Daria. Does anyone hear me? Do you see my screen? Fine?
Yes, we do fine.
Wonderful. So let's start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome please to Unicorn Cup, Unicorn Battle Online in Riga. And it's the first time we are in Riga. Under the circumstances, we were supposed to be there offline, but we are glad to be online in Riga. And we greatly appreciate the sponsors of our online Unicorn Battle. Global Platinum sponsor is Network VC, California Seed Fund, and our golden sponsor, ICU Ventures. Our global golden sponsor, ICU Ventures, is a Kiev-based venture capital fund that invests in technology companies with strong ties to Ukraine and Eastern Europe, focused on helping ambitious founders build global businesses. ICU Ventures makes late seed and Series A investments across the tech spectrum. Also, our global silver sponsor is Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is an entity for private investors who are interested in participating in growing future unicorns out of Silicon Valley-based startups. And hold on a second. We are also welcoming our local golden sports and Silicon Finance is a special program that provides best startups with the opportunity to get funding and support. And also, you should know that the winner of the Riga Unicorn Battle will be participating in Silicon Valley in our Unicorn Cup, which is the finals of local preliminaries that we are having in many countries of the world. And we were supposed to have it on the May 19th, but today we learned that the American quarantine, California quarantine will be a little bit prolonged. And so the date just changed to July 30th. And so make updates in your calendar, please. Everyone will be notified in mail also further. And we are having local preliminaries in 25 countries of the world, 50 major cities of the world. And we expect more than 1,000 guests at our Unicorn Cup in California. And it will be quarterly Unicorn Cups in Silicon Valley with preliminaries in many countries of the world coming. And we are welcoming sponsors and partners to join us because we are in our company sincerely believe that all good ideas come through only with like-minded people, and truly global achievements can happen only with the support of the partners. So everybody is welcome to get in touch with me or with Daria as our event manager, and we will follow up on that surely. So let's start with introduction of our company. I'm really happy to introduce you to our company, Startup Network. Startup Network actually a smart ecosystem that consists of various software solutions and internet platforms that unite startups, investors, business angels, experts, professional scouts, and high-level managers in a single business space. And so we can solve quickly and efficiently any task in the field of innovation and startup. This part of our ecosystem is Unicorn Battles. Each Unicorn Battle is an open competition where startups pitch for private investors and venture funds. We have been doing Unicorn Battles for 11 years already. We have more than 180 events. And we used to do them in 14 countries. This quarter, as I told you, our plans is to do them in 25 countries. We almost accomplished that. And we have events on regular basis in United States where our headquarters are. And this year, actually this April, we will be doing coronavirus battles. where we invite startups who are solving task of fighting coronavirus itself, or helping people protect themselves, and also helping people to survive through the restrictions. So we welcome partners also, we welcome sponsors, we welcome startups, of course, for coronavirus battle. There will be 4 coronavirus battles for each continent. Coronavirus battle Europe for European startups, coronavirus battle America for North and South American startups, coronavirus battle Asia and Australia and Middle East in one batch, and coronavirus battle Africa. It will be happening in April. And as you see, the map of our battles, regular battles, Unicorn Cup, it covers almost the whole world. And if you see your country that is not in there and you want us to be there, please get in touch with us and we will be happy to come to you. If you see your country already there, please also get in touch with us and we will explore the partnership opportunities between our companies. The most recent part of our ecosystem is Network VC Fund, with 2 current strategies. First one, to participate as an investor in our pre-acceleration program for the chosen startups. And second one, to be a lead investor in our Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is a special structure that allows venture syndicates for different startups to be easily organized. Now, any investor with the little check as $10,000 is able to join access to the best startups that we had found through our global network. And we invest only in United States startups. And finally, we had initiated a special program for startups willing to apply to the top American accelerators, and we help them to relocate and grant them funds and services worth of $50,000. We invite best speakers and mentors to coach our startups online and offline for our acceleration program. We are always glad to welcome new partners to our network that reaches last year 1 million users. That is basically it, and I'm really glad to forward my floor to Daria, who you know, a very, very talented event manager for Europe, and I'll be sure that you will enjoy your time at our Unicorn battle, and I will see you more at our future events. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so thank you. Just wait a second, please. So. So I will share my screen right now. Oh, sorry. Please take a look at our agenda. Right now we will have a jury introduction, and I remember the jury board will be able to tell about themselves during 3 minutes. Then we will have a startup pitch session.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt, Daria?
What?
Sorry, can I interrupt? Sorry, can you just speak a little bit louder? Your voice actually that wasn't clear, at least for me. I have no idea about the others.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Probably a little bit, yeah, speak louder.
Okay, so I will try. So after the startup pitch session, we will have a short announcement and we will find out who will be the winner. And then we will have some time for the networking, so it also will be a very interesting part of our event. Right now I want to welcome our honored judges who devoted their time for our event today, and we are very grateful for it. Right now, please, I will ask everyone to give a small 3-minute pitch and to introduce yourself. Alexander, please start.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm Alexander, and I'm CEO and founder of Startup Network. And what we really do with our products of our company, we help startups to become a great companies and help them in different ways. Anna told you about our products today, so I'm glad that everybody is here, and we do the first our event in Riga today. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Alexander. The next one is Roman Nikita. Please tell us about yourself.
Roman has a birthday today, so probably he will be absent.
Oh, that's a good news. Congratulations. So the next one is Arta Basina. Please tell us about yourself.
Hi there. Happy birthday to Roman, who will not be able to join us today. I'm Arta, and I'm from Overkill Ventures. So we are a fund based in Riga, Latvia. So here where Unicorn Battle is taking place. We are a B2B software fund investing in early stage startups. We don't invest in just Latvian startups. We look pretty much around CE and Nordics. I myself am investments and operations director there. So I help to scout startups, talk with hundreds of startups every day and week, and I also run the program that we have there at Overkill. My background is largely community building and business management. So I've lived all around the world pretty much. So happy to be back in Latvia now, working with all our brilliant startups and participating at Unicorn Battle here today.
So thank you, Arta, for your presentation. The next one is Eva. Please tell us about yourself.
Hello, my name is Ivo. I'm an entrepreneur and now a full-time investor. I'm venture partner at Superhero Capital VC, which is Finnish VC investing in Nordics and Baltics. And I'm president of Estonian Business Angel Network, which connects 150 investors and arranges syndicates for investment. So our investment this year went to a Latvian company, JeffApp, actually.
Well, thanks for introduction. So the next one is Thomas. Please tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'm Thomas from Iron Wolf Capital. We're early stage fund investing into disruptive startups, focusing mostly on Baltics, also looking at some countries around it. Our mandate allows us to invest into the EU-based companies. The sweet spot is, I would say, 500,000, and eventually we'll end up with the portfolio 20-25 companies. And we can invest up to 2 million per company. So this is in short.
So thanks for the introduction.
Daria, sorry to interrupt you, but I saw probably Roman appear, and he's with us.
Yeah, hi, can you see me?
Yes, clear.
Yeah,
And we can hear you even.
yes, hello.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday
Yes.
to you.
Happy birthday!
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a very social event nowadays.
Yeah, it's exactly. With people from all over the world, right? Right by your
Yes.
table.
Yeah, geologistics doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter. I was actually here from the beginning, and I heard everything. Just that somehow you couldn't hear me and see me, and I was writing to all panelists in the chat. So I just joined from the telephone now because I thought that would work. So apologies for that. As an introduction, yes, we're happy to be sponsors of Unicorn Battles, and Riga is my first online event. I was to quite a few, you know, in a more classical manner. I think the guys are doing the great job, you know, putting a big patch of. Oh, I see Alexander Cabano has the same problem. He is texting to us, to all of us, that he cannot be heard or seen. And then, you know, and channeling and funneling basically those startups that would be filtered through the minds of very experienced judges, both from looking at the things from local perspective and you know, globally. So yes, we were hoping to see the final in April in the Valley, but you know, we'll see how the world you know, will changes. So I see you Ventures shortly. I see you Ventures is part of a bigger group, an asset management company well known in Ukraine, and we exist only as ICU Ventures a little bit more than 2 years. Invest in the companies from CEE region. At least this is where we prefer that the projects originate. We invest at late seed and round A. We have made 10 investments so far, and at the moment are busy trying to figure out which companies to support, which are very good, very well off on their own. And you know, looking forward to new projects post the lockup period.
So thanks, Roman, for your introduction, and happy birthday once again.
Thank you.
So the next one is Tomo Komori. Are you here with us right now? I guess he will join a little bit later. So right now, please, Ziv, tell us about yourself.
Hi to all. So my name is Zev. I'm representing Venture Faculty. It's which were in this company. I'm one of the co-founders, and my role is the managing partner of the company. Basically, we are creating an ecosystem in Latvia of ventures. We are trying to participate in the ecosystem of the ventures, of the venture technologies in Latvia. And basically, our idea is to find companies, startups that want to grow from Latvia to the European Union. And what we offer them is, of course, consulting, fundraising, and customer development. The idea also started from to bring entrepreneurs from in the beginning was CSA countries. A little bit, it's tough now to bring people from abroad, but continue to expand our fields. And lately, we are upscaling our knowledge in biotech, which is now more and more popular. And but basically, we are a specialist in fintech and SaaS solutions. That's our main field.
Well, thanks for your introduction. So the next one is Eva. Please tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. Super excited for today and to hear what the startuppers have to say. Myself, I'm originally Latvian, but lived and worked in 6 different countries. Right now, I'm calling in from Oslo, where I am building a new startup myself and actually going through the fundraising process right now. My background is finance, fintech, and IT. That was back in my corporate life. But about 6 years ago, I joined the startup world, built a startup, a peer-to-peer platform for boat holidays, which was acquired 2 years ago by the largest sailing agency in Europe. So 6 years ago, never looked back. Since then, I've mentored and advised a large number of startups, and very much into the startup world, and I don't see myself leaving it anytime soon. So thank you for the opportunity being here.
So thanks for your time too. So the next one is Elena. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm very glad and grateful to be a part of the Startup Battle to learn more about startups pitching today. So my name is Alina. I currently am Ventures Analyst at Plug and Play Ventures, based in Sunnyvale, California. So Plug and Play is one of the most active global investors, and we work here across several verticals, more than 15, so including brand and retail, food and beverages, mobility and IoT, fintech, insurtech, etc. And my focus is mainly in travel and hospitality space. Apart from being a traditional VC and investing in early stage startups, pre-seed, seed, and Series A, we're also matchmakers, and we connect startups with more than 300 corporate partners which have joined our ecosystem. Those are various big names, multinational companies. Before joining Plug and Play, I've been studying and working in Riga in the area of international trade and development, export consultancy, and market research. So I'm very excited to be connected. I'm looking forward to having a great day for everybody of us today. And thank you.
Thank you, Lina, for the introduction. And Andrew, please tell us more about yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, dear fellow judges and dear startups. So my name is Andrew Grigoryanovich, which you probably can't really read because my picture and my name is below the screens of the other participants. But anyway, I'm a founder and the CEO of EG Capital. That's a financial consulting company that's providing outsourced chief financial officer services and outsourced financial modeling services for businesses around the world. I happen to be an internationally recognized financial modeling expert. I've been working mostly with international clients on larger or international deals. And I've been also I've been also contracted as one of the judges and one of the exam content creators for the Financial Modeling Institute. That's a governing body for the financial modeling world that provides exams throughout the globe twice a year, similar to the CFA institutes. And at this point of time, I'm also working on one of the client projects. So with one of our clients, we're setting up an angel investment fund that will be active soon enough, I hope. And that adds an extra level of interest for me to this event. So I wish everyone good luck today, and we're looking forward to seeing the pitches by the teams.
Okay, so thanks for your introduction. And here are our startups which will be participating in the pitch competition today. Before we start, dear judges, please make sure that you have access to the link that I sent you yesterday, and you will be voting during the pitch session. You can choose any mark from 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. And you can change the mark before the voting is closed, and you can put the marks without any confirmation buttons. And then in the end, we will know who is the winner. And there is also an important information for the attendees of our event. You also can vote for our startups. A little bit later, I'll send the link into our chat. You can quickly register and choose the startup which you like the most. So let's start our competition. And the first startup is Teamshape. So tell me, please, when are you ready to start?
Hello, does everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome, good afternoon. There's a problem when I try to share my screen. It shows that I cannot, but I'm sure that I've used the right link and everything. Dari, can you help me with this?
Okay, so just...
I think you maybe need to stop sharing your screen beforehand.
Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen, and you're welcome to
yes,
share
now it works. Does everyone see the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Awesome. So I'll start. Right. So hello, everyone. My name is Jacob, and I'm from company Teamshape. And we're building a people analytics platform to empower leaders with data for better decision making. So the problem that we're tackling is employee turnover, people leaving the organization. And this is a problem because it creates a huge cost for the employer to replace these employees. And what research shows is that the direct managers of the employees have the highest impact on whether they're going to stay or leave. But if all of their decisions are made based on intuition instead of being data-driven, then how can we trust their competence? Or even how can we help them become better leaders? So that's where Teamshape comes in place. As we're building a software that empowers team managers with data about their employees to help them evaluate, monitor, and lead their teams more efficiently. Our people analytics tool is able to provide insights about each employee's personality so the manager knows how to work with them, as well as measures their well-being and engagement levels over time. And the system is able to identify when an employee's well-being is dropping and alerting the manager about the situation, also providing a tailored solution on how to solve it. And this is a unique technology in the market. So what separates us from other engagement measurement tools is that while most of them are keeping a pulse on the average well-being levels within the whole organization, Teamshape is focusing on each individual employee of the company and making sure to bring tailored solutions to solving all these problems. So the market that we're tackling is Europe and USA, and the market size is around $60 billion and is growing every year of 11.7%. We believe that we can obtain at least 5 billion of this market. So we've done a lot to validate this idea in the market. We've talked with executives, A partners, team managers, and we see that the problem is out there. And a lot of people see huge potential in the tool that we're developing. So we validated the idea, we built a prototype. We already have 5 pilot partnerships signed from companies in Baltics and Sweden. And we're currently focusing on developing the product, which we plan to go live in this year's June, and onboard the first users. While at the end of the year, we'll focus more on growth strategies in the Nordics and Central Eastern European markets. The business model we have chosen is a flexible pay-per-user subscription plans depending on the company's size and its needs. And based on this business model, we believe that we can get to an ARR of $2.6 million in just 3 years. We're currently a team of 2. Me, myself, I previously run a company in corporate training, so I'm well aware of the HR landscape. While my co-founder, Povilas, he's an experienced software engineer. And we both share the common motivation of improving the employee's well-being by supporting strong leadership in the workplace. So we're currently raising 60,000 euros, which will give us an 8 months of runway and will be mostly used in developing the product. And this is the necessary financial support we need to get this product off the ground. So feel free to contact me if you're interested. My name is Jacob, and this is Teamshape.
So your time is off. It was actually exactly 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for your time. And dear judges, tell me please if you have any questions.
Yeah, I do. Hi, Jacob. Well, thank you very much for presentation. Can you tell us, please, how do you collect and store data on employees?
Right. So the data about the employee's personality is collected from initial personality assessments once the user starts using the platform. And afterwards, we get data about their well-being from pulse surveys. And so our algorithms work in the way that using both of this data as well as other similar cases which from companies in the industry, we are able to provide the tailored solutions to the problems that arise within the company. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you very much.
May I ask?
Yes, you're welcome.
So what is your typical target customer size, the company size, and how long do you think are your sales cycles?
Right, so the target audience that we're focusing is SMEs. On the main reasons is that, first of all, this company size around 100 to 250, that would be like the ideal. Because most of these companies don't even have HR departments, so most of the decisions related to people's management are done by the direct managers. Second of all, SMEs have a less competitive advantage towards large corporations when it comes to attracting and retaining talent. And third of all, while most of the other tools that are out there in the market are made for large corporations, and small companies cannot afford them. That's why we're making the tool as simple to use, as affordable as possible for the SMEs, which are the companies that need this solution the most. And the second question was about
sales cycle. How long is
sales cycle? So the lifetime value, you mean of, or
I mean, how long does it take to make the sales to the company?
So in the initial stage, we're working a lot with outbound sales, and then currently as we're just developing the product, then it's the cycle is a lot shorter. But in the future, we don't yet have this data to give you exact numbers.
Thank you.
So any other questions?
I have one. So how do you deal with the employee onboarding processes? Because I've seen several similar ideas like this, and that is one of their biggest challenges, actually getting all employees on board and involved in these procedures.
So one thing is, when onboarding, it's possible to import data from other data sets like Excel, for example. So you don't need to add profile one by one. However, to answer the question how to engage them, so all of the pulse surveys, they're created on very short, they take only around minute of time to fill them, and they're built in interactive ways and on gamification models. So they're not just another formal surveys that employees have to fill, but they're really short, easy to fill. It's possible to fill them from either your mobile or desktop that you're using, and making it just easy and insightful as possible to engage them more.
Okay, so thanks for your questions, and thanks for the answers. Please stop sharing
Thank you.
your screen. So right now we are having startup number 2, Exponential Technologies. So tell me, please, are you ready to start?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, so you're welcome to share your screen.
Yeah, let me see how I can do that.
There is a green button in the downside.
Yeah.
And please use the full screen.
Is it full screen now?
Yes. So
okay.
start, please.
Yeah. Everybody, hi, my name is Geertz, and I am a co-founder of a company, Exponential Technologies. And today I wanted to pitch a slightly pivoted product than we submitted, because tough times require special measures, and we are using the opportunity of the crisis to slightly pivot our core business. So what I will be telling you about is XT Bio-E, a software for rapid scaling of vaccine production fighting COVID-19. So finding that vaccine is only the first task. The real challenge will be when the vaccine has to be produced for hundreds of millions of people around the world in different places of the world. And not only the vaccine will be what is required, both essential will be immunoassay reagents, meaning that we will need to test the immunity of the people who have suffered from the COVID-19 infection, and we will have to check if they have antibodies. And for this, there will have to be reagents produced. So the problem then is that most of these vaccines and reagents are produced by bioreactors. And moving from a smaller bioreactor, from a lab-grade flask, to a larger one, and ending up to a industrial-grade cisterns takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and this is extremely complex and non-linear process. Namely, you have to find the right process and growth medium parameters from almost scratch. And scaling up this production, optimizing bioreactor growth factors can take up to several months, almost a year, and costs time and millions of dollars. So we are offering a design of experiment software that uses small data AI that helps to optimize bioreactor parameters. It does it quickly, and it's easy to use. So the benefit for the customer is shorter go-to-market time, which for the vaccines and reagents is very crucial right now. Higher production yields, meaning the higher amount of proteins that you can grow in the bioreactors. And of course, in this use case, more lives saved. So regarding the competition, as classical design of experiment softwares, which uses many data points, but not as reliable as necessary, and it also requires to have a statistician on board. Then there's physics-based simulation softwares, which are not quite adaptable. And then there's big data-based machine learning algorithms. And the problem there is that in the biotech, data usually are not very reliable. Yes, so the bioreactor market size is growing, and we are targeting.
Already gone.
Excuse me?
2 minutes already gone. Your time is off.
Yeah, okay. So if you have any questions, I can elaborate further on that.
So judges, please, you are welcome to ask the questions.
Thank you for the pitch. Is your technology already proven, or it's still wishful thinking?
No. So we have validated the technology in domains, namely the additive manufacturing and specialty chemicals. There we have, that is our core business, and we have already paying customers there. We have pilot projects with some of the largest global specialty chemical companies. And this is sort of an extended value proposition that we are exploring right now and offering to the market. Yeah, so that.
So are there some other questions?
But the question is how quickly you can adapt for the biotech companies, because it might be different, and especially with bioreactor. Do you have any employees, or did you talk with them already? So you made this, let's say.
Yes. So the first validation actually, and how we came to this idea that it is feasible, is with one of our current customers. We did some stem cell growth optimization, and the processes there are similar. So what we are doing currently is we are running validation tests on actual bioreactors here in the University of Latvia in the Institute of Microbiology. And we are collaborating with the lead researchers in vaccine production here in Latvia. And currently the data shows that it's easily adaptable. It's more of a usability and functionality of the software that's on the GUI side. The core algorithm can actually work as it is right now.
Okay, and then you talk about scientific proof. So how many scientists you have on your team or PhDs?
We have one physicist who's focusing on quantum physics. We have one manufacturing process engineer. We have 2 software engineers. We have data scientist who has worked for Cambridge Analytica before, and then we collaborate on contractual basis with microbiologists here in Riga.
Okay, but do you have some scientist publications in relation with this your product? If you say it's already you have commercial clients paying.
No, we have not done any scientific publications specifically on the product that we are offering, no. And we do not intend to do that as well.
Why?
Because we, for the previous use cases for additive manufacturing and biotech, it was not necessary. For bioreactors, if there's a scientist willing to do the publication, we will do that. But up so far, it hasn't been necessary.
Okay, and you're raising now, or what, for your main company?
Yes, so we are raising now first 50K to do the research for validation, and then 500K for delivering the product. So for the first tranche, we intend to develop MVP and then start interacting with the customers. We have already started conversations with some of the biopharma companies recently, namely Sanofi, Evonik, etc. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. What is your moat here? Like, what is your unique selling point that, like, why can't this be copied by a huge player in the biotech industry and just do exactly what you're doing?
We have proprietary AI algorithm that is the core of the technology. Well, if someone can replicate that, they can, of course, try to do that. But this is what we have been discovering with working in different domains, that it's very hard to replicate, and then that these industries actually use very traditional methods, to be frank.
Okay, so I think that there are no other questions, and I think that we can move to our next startup. It's startup number 3 for today. Sorry. So it's Atom Mobility. Tell me, please, are you ready to start? Can you share your screen right now? Hello? So it seems that there are some problems with the connection, and I guess we can start. Arthur, you are here in the meeting, but can share button. Share button is like down green button. Click it, and we will be able to see you. Yes, you were just given an access. Please share your screen, and you're welcome to pitch. Okay, Arthur, can you tell something for us?
Just a moment, Arthur has problems with connection. Maybe I'll try to help him. And Daria,
it looks like he joined not as a panelist. That's why he can't even talk. Yeah.
So I'll send him another link. Maybe you announce the other one panelist, and we'll try to solve these technical problems.
Okay, so let's start from the startup before, and then we'll set up number 3. Are you ready to share your screen?
Harmony, yeah, I'm ready.
Just give me a second. So, are you ready to start now?
Yeah, I am.
So you're welcome to start.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, we see.
Okay, great. So hi everyone, awesome to have all of you here. And my name is Jean Maurice, and I'm co-founder and head of product at deep tech startup Harmony Human Technologies. And I want to start with a pretty tricky question. What is in common for these three facts? 45% divorce level in European Union, 7 trillion per year in losses due to poor employee engagement in US, and #1 reason for startup failure. And I'll tell you, all these three facts have just one thing in common. And the thing is misunderstanding between people. This misunderstanding fails both personal and business relationship. Are we all the same? Are we all different? How do we build relationship by guessing people around us? And the impact of this is huge. There was an 80 years long study at Harvard that found that the only proven factor affecting our long-term happiness is strong relationship. So how do we build it? It has already been proven that the human is described as a set of cognitive parameters. These parameters actually identify the way we think and the way we behave. And we know that these parameters can be measured and quantified. And we are not alone in this challenge. There are a lot of question-based tests assigning your personality based on Big 5 and MBTI, DISC, or other methodologies. University of California even piloting brain activity scans to identify your behavior patterns, and IBM using its supercomputer and AI to analyze your written text for the same particular reason. But the problem is those old methods have big flaws. They're inaccurate, biased, descriptive, or inspected in case of brain activity scan. But maybe there is a simpler solution. At HRMNY, we are building a machine learning powered technology that identifies your cognitive behavior patterns from just a couple of photos or a piece of video. We call it Cognitive ID, unbiased, precise, and private by design. And we use Cognitive ID to create a whole ecosystem of how we call it people-conscious apps and services. In coming months, we are releasing HRMNY.Me, B2C app, helping you to understand yourself and relationship with people that you care of. Later, we are planning on rolling out products for high-performance teams and provide Cognitive ID API as a service for third-party partners. And of course, any startup is as strong as its team. Andrei, a friend of mine and a serial entrepreneur I co-invested with in other ventures, is leading the team as a CEO. And Evgeny, our mastermind, with a decade of experience in psychology and cognitive science, leading our research and development team. And we have 12 mindful professionals behind our backs as well. And at the moment, we are raising a 3 million bold seed round for 18 months runway to focus on ML AI team expansion, B2C app improvement and monetization, and launching B2B services. So thank you. I'm John. Yep, I'm John.
So thanks for your presentation. And are there some questions from the jury board?
Thank you for the pitch. You didn't tell anything about the sales. Do you have any customers? How many customers? How much they pay?
Yeah, we started actually from B2B consultancy, trying to prove our methodology without having any actually scalable products. So we made around 250K from this particular thing, and now we are actually building products to make it scalable. So we were analyzing teams based on our methodology, analyzing teams based on videos and photos, and building team SWOT analysis and basically behavioral patterns within the team.
Who is your client?
At the moment, our customers are 35-year-plus team leaders or ambitious founders or C-level executives that lead high-performance teams. But the brilliance of that stuff, we are using B2C2B model, because all our customers, when they come to us, the first thing they ask after they are presented with the technology, can you please do it? Let's forget about my team and my professional stuff. Let's please do it with my spouse or my kids. And that's where we kind of dig in, and then we switch to the team and making money.
What happens if there is no match between existing couples?
There is no such thing as no match. There is just a translation algorithm. So we are showing you what kind of patterns your spouse has and what kind of patterns you have. And if there is a difference, we're showing you how to deal with it. So how you should talk to a person in a conflict or in stress, how you should motivate a particular person, or what kind of energy levels should you expect, etc., etc.
Nice.
So are there some other questions?
Okay, then. Thank you very much. I'll be happy during networking hours to catch up and talk about that. Thank you.
So thanks for your time. Please stop sharing your screen.
I'm trying. Yep.
So, and we know that Arthur connected us. It is the project Atom Mobility. Yes, we see that you are ready to talk, and you are welcome to start just right now.
Yeah, hi, my name is Arthur. I'm from Atom Mobility. And as you might know, 90% of cities still have no access to any e-mobility, no shared mobility, no green mobility, nothing. And that's about 500 million people in more than 3,000 cities. And then we think it's wrong and it should be fixed. That's why we build Atom. Atom is a platform that empowers entrepreneurs to launch their own vehicle sharing platforms anywhere in the world. There is the kick scooter sharing, bike sharing, car sharing, one-wheelers, or even electric cars. We provide best-in-class technology so our customers can focus on marketing and operations. With Atom, our companies, our customers, entrepreneurs can launch really fast in 20 days with scalable infrastructure and at low cost. We're constantly improving the features and products, and we're not only providing mobile apps, dashboards, and integrations, we also provide smart algorithms to predict demand and suggest where our customers need to place vehicles. By doing this, we improve profitability of our companies. Our business model is very straightforward. We charge flat fee per vehicle per month, so it's very, very easy for our companies and customers to scale. And by McKinsey, for us, micromobility and share mobility market will grow 300% by 2030. And that will lead to 15,000 different individual companies that will operate in share mobility industry. And guess what? All of them will need software. We launched our sales of B2B platform 6 months ago. And so far, we're already operating in 10 markets, including Sweden, Germany, Italy, Baltics, and even Saudi Arabia. Currently, we have 200 incoming leads in our CRM, and we are on board to launch them soon. We have a strong team based in Riga. We are second-time founders, and we are building a great technology at low cost, and we sell it globally. But we need your help, investors. Currently, we are looking for 200,000 euros as a convertible note to mainly invest in sales support to onboard new customers and also in product. This will help us to scale to another 20 countries in next 12 months and reach MRR of 25K per month. And by supporting Atom Mobility, you're not only helping to build a great company, you're also helping to solve more global problem, which is pollution in modern cities. As you may know, cars produce about 300 million tons of carbon dioxide every year. And we believe that by providing more reliable and affordable share mobility, green mobility solutions to even smaller communities, we can solve this problem. We believe in bright and great and green future, so help us to make this future faster. Thank you. I'm Arthur from Atom Mobility.
Just 3 minutes. So thanks for your pitch, dear judges. Please, you're welcome to ask the questions.
What is the profile of your typical customer?
So currently, out of 10 customers that we launched already, about 6 of them are entrepreneurs. So basically, they're doing different businesses, and one of the business, usually in IT sphere, and then they launch a new platform. Some of them operate as taxi companies. That's another profile. So basically, existing taxi companies think that they're losing demand and they want to use their fleet as a share mobility. So they're basically rebuilding the business model. And another vertical is the customers that are currently operating a standard rental business. So basically the rent fleet, and then they see that their sales are dropping down. So they are trying to, again, redefine the business model, and they use our software to enter shared mobility.
Arthur, tell us, does installment or application of your solution assume usage of some and acquisition of some hardware for the vehicles?
Correct. So basically, to make any vehicle smart and be able to control it remotely, so you can control the light, speed. In some cases, you even can activate some movement. You need to install IoT device in the vehicles. We currently partner with 3 major providers of IoT devices, and some of also customers actually came from the referrals from them. And sometimes our customers directly purchase these IoT devices and install them themselves. Sometimes we ship them from our offices. It's really easy to install, about 5 to 10 minutes to install into different vehicles. For the cars, a little bit more time.
Arthur, I have a question. Do you have any competitors, other companies that provide similar services, similar platforms for the platforms?
Yeah, of course, there are companies that are providing software for shared mobility. Some of them focusing in the United States and North America, South America markets. Some of them working with more corporate customers like BMW, Daimler, and so on. We, from our side, we focus on speed, so that we are saying that we can launch and go to market together with a customer within 20 days. We're really low cost, so basically you pay only for the vehicles that you are installing in the platform. And we focus on 2 particular markets. All of our customers based in Europe or Middle East.
Okay.
Well, thanks. Are there any other questions? So I guess there are no other questions. Please stop sharing your screen. And dear judges, I remind you to vote, to put your marks for every startup, as today you decide who will be the winner and who will go to pitch to Silicon Valley. So if you need some assistance, please inform us. We will help. So let's continue. Second. The next project is SignLang. Tell me, please, are you ready to pitch?
Yeah. Hi, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please share your screen.
Just 1 second. So I'm sharing now. I just want to check if you can see the slide deck.
Yes, and please make it full screen so it will be better to see.
I just did made a full screen. I don't know why.
Okay, so we can see it. Let it be like this. So please, you're welcome to start.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and let me introduce you to SignLang. I would like to start this with a question to you, all the judges and participants. How easy is it for you to guys get a full access to public services, lifestyle services, such as, for example, going to your hospital, talking to a doctor, or getting advice on a bank loan? Now, imagine that you're in a country where you do not speak the language. How easy that would be? Today, we're going to talk about people who do language but the sign language, and they have difficulties in this world. We have done research in Russia, UK, and Germany, and have figured out, based on a survey, that 90% of deaf people find it extremely difficult to get access in their daily life, and that is despite all the European Accessibility Act measures that put in place. Now imagine the world that basically would break barriers to communication to those 5% of the population by using a combination of hardware and a software, and basically enabling us to communicate with people whose language we don't understand, and also for them to communicate with us. SignLang is a real-time gesture recognition technology that we have built an MVP on using a data set of conversation with a doctor in a Russian language. We have also designed our own using deep tech technology, and that technology basically allows us to work both ways. Translate the sign language into words and to voice, and vice versa. Translate the voice to words and then to sign language, so both ways communication. And we, of course, looking into this a bit from commercial perspective. And unfortunately, I would say World Health Organization predict that the numbers will only grow in terms of people with heroin impairment. Today, we're not alone in this space. There are some competitors, mainly based and use American Sign Language, and in the US, there is one Hungarian company, HandTalk and Eyesight doing something, and also big players such as Google and their related lab in Microsoft. But the common disadvantages they have is they only use one-sided translation and some extra devices compared to us. We have experienced team of software developers, Brette and Ilya, and co-founder, myself, and Max. Max is an expert and has partners in hardware and integration, and I have experience in launching the businesses in e-commerce space and also fundraising and commercial sales. I also know Max for 4 years. In terms of business model, we will be making revenues from selling our own device at 1,000 euros, and also a subscription-based data set at 500. So far, we've built a pipeline from with the Russian Yandex and also Sparkasse. We haven't yet made any revenues, but we're getting closer to closing deals. We're a deep tech company, so we are raising quite slightly larger money to finance the R&D and complete the solution here in Germany, where we're actually based. And that amount would be 2 million, more than half of which would be spent on salaries. Thank you very much. I'm open for any questions.
So, dear judges, you're welcome to ask any questions.
It's the same with all deep tech. So now it's trained on the Russian language only?
Well, it can be trained on any language, but currently MVP is trained on Russian language. That is simply because we can, I call it hustle a little bit with the data set that we can receive. For example, we use deep schools to get the video sets, and also we use our network to get the sign language translator to build the data set. You know, speaking of deep tech, the most important part is the quality of the data set there. And what we're trying to aim is to build the same for German Sign Language. Yeah, but answering your question, yes, it is only MVP is built using specific dictionary and vocabulary in healthcare in Russian language.
Could you specify your target customer's profile? Who would it be?
Yeah, so currently we are basically identified several financial institutions, or like simply called retail banks here in Germany, because here in Germany you still need to go to the branch to get your loan, for example, or any commercial services. And for example, one of the customers would be Sparkasse, specifically Sparkasse Düsseldorf, where we're based, and they have 30,000 branches. So we would approach them to also develop the device and the vocabulary of banking, if you wish, financial terms in sign language, and sell it to them. So it would be, it's basically B2B sales for now. We also exploring other collaboration, joint ventures with the public sector, but for now we're speaking of specifically on the banking sector.
EU grants already? Like AC accelerator or?
Yeah. So we considering that, and the amount of we want to raise is a combination actually of grants and so forth. Okay. What we figured out by talking to entrepreneurs is that sometimes it's one part is we bootstrap that. Another part, if you have somebody significant investor on the board, European based, then it's much easier to get the grant rather than other way around. In terms of
sometimes you need a lawyer signed, so
yeah, so it's a little bit tedious, the process with EU grants, but answering your question, we will apply. Yes.
Okay.
Can you once again emphasize your competitive advantages?
Yes. 1 second. I'll even switch to the. So we started slightly later than most of our competitors. And for us, it's a bit of an advantage because technology has evolved, especially the quality of the data we can access. Our accuracy is, I think, it's 87%. We only need one camera, and we don't need any additional equipment such as 3D gloves for usability. For collecting the data, yes, but then for usability, we don't have. So we also have advantage over not all, but some competitors in terms of that we translate both ways. So if one technology will translate only signs to text to voice and will not do reverse, we do it both ways. So the doctor, for example, can have a conversation with a deaf person and vice versa, not only one way.
So no other questions from the judge.
And that's on the picture Max, who is listening to us as well, but he's just next cubicle. It's a co-founder. Thank you very much.
So, thanks a lot for your time. Please stop sharing your screen. So, and the next one is company Brette Haus. So tell me, please, are you ready to start?
Yes. Hi, do you hear me?
Yes, so please show us your screen.
Some kind of problem with the demonstration. For some reason, it doesn't show anything. Just a second, I'll try again.
Okay, try again, please.
Okay. One moment, please. Okay, and yes, it should work fine now.
So are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, so you're welcome to start with your survey.
Oh, it's happening. My name is Gennady, and I'm founder of Brette Haus. The idea of prefabrication was to simplify building processes, and something went wrong. And now to build a prefab house, you need several people, a crane, a quality officer, electrician, etc. But in the end, your wall prints might not even match. However, the market of prefab is growing every year in Europe in the last 10 years. In 2018, Amazon Fund invested $6.7 million in Seattle company. Last year, Y Combinator presented Node Eco startup at their demo day. And these are the strong signals for the escalation of prefab trend in construction. Brette Haus uses modern technology, cross-laminated timber, to make sustainable cabins that are foldable and installed in 3 hours, including hookups. In folded state, they have a container-like size, so it's simple and safe to store and deliver houses anytime. We have several designs, but all of them are non-capital, so they could be placed on any level of ground. And all sanitary equipment and electrical engineering already prefabricated. And our target market is European hospitality. We want to start with tourism owners, camping, glampings, tiny hotels out of city. They all struggle to increase their capacity as simple as possible. And the strong trend to innovation was detected in camping industry a couple of years ago. And our secondary market, which is really close, is events, which is fairs, coffee shops, kiosks, etc. We offer first standardized housing solution from order to delivery, because customization kills optimization. And our webpage is one-stop shop order system, so customers could order house in several clicks. Our competitors are mostly bulk modular or tiny container size like houses. Meanwhile, we deliver up to 100 square meters of ready-to-use houses, and by one truck. And our lead time is only 8 weeks, which is really great for the industry. We know each other for 10 years now. Together, we launched the prefab plant back in Russia for our mentor Antal, and participated in several architectural contests. We got startup visa in Latvia last year. We graduated from pre-acceleration at Startup Wise Guys.
Your time is off.
Okay, then here is the house.
So thanks for your presentation. Thanks for your time. Dear judges, please ask the questions.
Have you already spoken to any hospitality area players?
Yes, definitely. We talked to Hungarian hotel owner. We talked to Yurma camping owners, and our first house is actually installed near the Vedzimuklintis camping, and it will be rented out in this summer.
What do you think about the current epidemic's impact on your business? Because actually, travel business is suffering a lot at this point of time. So, which seem to be your largest clients?
It's a nice question. Thank you. I think that people will go on vacation anyway. Most of the people will really need to go for vacation, and they will not go to large cities. They will be looking for some kind of a introvertive or isolative tourism, we could call it anyway. But it's still the campings, but a little bit different. So I think we'll go. Maybe I think will be hard this summer, but the next season is going to be really great. And talking about Spain or Portugal, the season is much wider than in Baltics.
What is meant by the investment for rental model?
We have idea of basically campings are not so rich, so 15,000 euros is quite expensive for them, for some of them. So we offer a rental model for season, at least 3 months. We want to try it in Baltic countries. And the price will be only 50 euros per day, or for several houses, it will be even less. So basically we would split the cost of the rent half to half with the owner camping. And and the break even will be in 3 years for 20 houses.
How do you solve the problem of sewage and water supply and sanitation and all of this?
All of the internal communications already prefabricated. Waste system is an extra option which could be easily solved. It's a portable solution which is usually used with trucks. And connection of the water and electricity is also was solved by all the caravans. We do it the same way exactly.
So are there any other questions to ask?
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, what is the lifespan of a building like that? Like, what is the depreciation rate? Like, how long can this building survive, and in what weather?
We use solid wood for the construction. It's 8 millimeters thick, and the warranty for the construction details is 15 years. And this house can stay over 100 cycles of folding and unfolding. And well, calculations say that they will stay over 5 years of regular folding and unfolding by 5 times per year. So if you just install it and it stays, it will stay like a regular wooden house.
Thank you.
So I guess there are no other questions. Please stop sharing your screen. And I think that, yes, we can go to the startup number 7. You're very fast. I see you are ready to pitch. Just give me a second. So please don't forget you have 3 minutes and you're welcome to start. Hello?
Sorry, my bad. Hello, everyone. I don't want actually to waste the time in here. My name is Puyol Lutfi. I'm co-founder and CEO at QPage.one. QPage.one is an end-to-end recruitment and onboarding platform powered by AI and machine learning. So we are a seed stage, actually a startup in a beta phase. The problem we are trying to tackle in here is that so companies and SMEs at the scale, they have the problem to find actually the right talent The point is that although there are a lot of the platform or solution, they still actually do really awful job. And the point in here is that research shows a right talent can increases actually the productivity by the 8 times, while actually the average cost for hiring, that goes actually to something around $4,500 US, and that would be actually even higher when you just calculate the hidden cost and if you go with the high-tech companies. So there is actually lack of the automation in the whole process in here, from the recruitment to the onboarding. And it seems actually there is this connectivity between the onboarding and engagement of the new joiners. That means that actually we have a lot of platforms and subscription to be subscribed. So managing the process and seamless actually experience and interaction with the applicants between recruiters is a hassle. So we are introducing the QPage.1. QPage.1 is an all-in seamless platform. We just bring actually all solutions, from the video interviews to the matchmakings, to the resume parties, to the shortlisting assessments, we just actually give it all as a one package to the SMEs. So the market actually is a real broad market. It's a $76 billion US market. More than 400 million SMEs are in the world, and more than 5 million actually they are located in the Nordic areas. And that's estimated actually to have more than 600 million new jobs to be created by the SMEs. That is actually regardless of the, coronavirus. That was before that probably. But by the way, actually, those SMEs in a word, they have more than 60% of the economy contribution, and that's a huge thing. So we are actually a full pack of a team of 9 people. That is from the VP of engineering to the backend and frontend developer to the data scientists and engineers. But the co-founders are HRMNY. We have the experience of the co-founding companies and the startups together. We have the experience of the multinational companies like the LG Electronics or even Rocket Internet as managing director and CEO. We are looking actually for more than $500,000, precisely 514,000 euros for the 12-month runway to just actually expand our services, AI algos. We wanted actually to bring up a voice analytics and video analytics. 58% goes to the OpEx and 38% goes to the marketing, which is, and also 4% as CapEx. But in here, we have the number of the subscriptions. So we think that by the 5 years, we can reach to almost around the 400,000 subscription. Well, thank you.
So thanks for your pitch. Dear judges, please ask your questions.
How do you differentiate yourself on the market?
Well, yes, so we have actually competitors like the Workable or Lever.com. They are mature companies, but the point in here though is that the process they have built is that really complicated for the recruiters. They have to go to the different platforms to have the subscription, API keys connected. The another platform is that it's too costly. Another problem is that is actually like 20 solution. It's not the 2020 solution anymore. So the UX, the UI doesn't actually play any role in here.
And what is now your MRR, current one? And what is your target digital clients?
We are actually in a beta phase. We haven't actually sold anything, but we have 3,000 actually customers, which is unpaid customers, and almost around the 200 active companies that are using the platform right now.
So then you say active, it means that they're using like on the monthly basis or weekly?
On the weekly basis.
Okay.
So are there any other questions? So thanks for your pitch.
Thanks for your time.
Yes, thank you too. And so we are going to the startup number 8. So Raccoon.Recovery. Please, you're welcome to share your screen and tell me when you are ready to start.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, we hear you and we can see the presentation. So are you ready to start?
Just a sec, I will check. Yes, it's okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so you're welcome to start.
Hello, my name is Svetlana. I'm CEO of Startup Raccoon, and we provide access to physiotherapy. In the situation with coronavirus, we actually can see how global medicine look like right now, and physical rehabilitation is not exception. Every year, more than 275 million people need long-term therapy after injuries and neurological diseases, and only 33 million succeeded to recover. From business perspective, it means that rehabilitation centers only in Europe and in US annually unreceived 21 billion euros, and insurances spend 60% more cost per each patient. Raccoon.Recovery changes the situation. We provide access to therapy and telerehabilitation. We save time for therapists, help clinics to earn more money, and insurances to save up to 60% costs. So we provide an online platform where patients and therapists can cover all stages of physical rehabilitation. They can choose the goal, create course, control correctness of movements, especially during home rehabilitation. They can online track the progress of the treatment to reach goals. And we get subscription, monthly subscription, $9.99 per one user. Our paying customers are rehab centers and insurance companies. In August 2019, we launched our product as medical device in Germany and in Poland. And before lockdown, we had 8 paying customers that bring us 130K of revenue till lockdown. But after lockdown, around 80% of rehab centers closed for quarantine. So we suggested them to implement telerehabilitation and to help them with this process. And only last week, we onboard 37 new rehab centers for a trial period and reduces our CEC in 45 times. Before, we used our additional product. It's like devices for checking if exercises is correctly or not. And in 4 weeks, we launched the product without these devices. Right now, our patients using their own smartphones to check the correctness of exercises. We are the only tool that is good for all stages of rehabilitation, and we are very friendly in the process of telerehabilitation implementation. Right now, 16 people work full-time in Germany, Poland, and in Ukraine, including famous therapists, data scientists, sales managers, and so on. Right now, we are raising 1 million on this round with minimum check 200K of revenue, and we are looking for partnerships with that can help us to implement telerehabilitation even faster that we are doing right now. Thank you, and I will be happy to answer your questions.
Okay, so Svetlana, thanks for your time and for presentation. Dear judges, you're welcome to ask the questions.
What are the partners you're looking for? You mentioned in partnerships.
It can be institutions, because we are right now working with PhDs, with researchers to teach physiotherapists how to implement physiotherapy. We are ready to work together with corporates, for example, like Siemens, like Philips, because they also work right now on digital health and on fast implementation. We do not create nothing on our own. We just take World Health Organization protocols and like digitize them. So we are ready to go into partnership with companies who are actually working on these protocols and on golden standards for digital health.
Do you have direct competitors specifically in your focus area?
Here is like best companies in the field, but I think like the biggest competitor right now is Casper, but they do not have any assessment tool and any solution that control correctness of movement.
Got it. Thank you.
So, thanks for your questions. Who also wants to ask Svetlana several questions about her projects?
Yeah, I have a question, Svetlana. How much is one set of controllers and sensors would cost to a person?
Our one controller for hand, 149 euro, and complete with body sensors is 249 euro. Our margin is around 80% for devices. So like our main revenue stream is like subscription.
But do you produce those controllers and sensors, or those are
Yes.
produced by somebody else?
Yes. All like devices and also like our platform and application is done in-house, and we like save it like intellectual property and apply it for patents.
Thank you.
So are there any other questions? So everyone is quiet, and I think that all is clear. Svetlana, thanks for your time. Dear judges, thanks for your questions. And I want to say that our voting is stopped. You can change your marks, and please, if you still didn't make a decision, please make your decision, and very soon we will announce the winner.
And now, while we are having, we have heard all the startups and have a little bit time for Daria to finish the voting, to round up all the marks. Maybe you, as experienced judges, can share some your views towards what we have heard, or maybe Alexander has something in mind to talk about. Alexander?
Yeah, probably. It's interesting for me. Are you investing, guys, today? Have something changed in your strategy, or you just decided to wait for a while? I want to ask Thomas, Roman, who think actively.
This is Thomas. So yes, we invest. Look at least half our view at which industry is going to suffer, and at the same time we look how your sales are proceeding during this time. So it depends how company acts, what happens with their sales, and how fast you react and estimate or renew plans A, plans B. So it gives huge thoughts, I would say, about are founders on the ground and realists, or are they really flying somewhere far from Earth?
Okay, thank you. Roman?
Well, as for us, we put all our new investments on hold till the lockup period is over. But what we do is we actively look for new pipeline at the moment. Time allows, subject to time management, so we're building the pipeline. We have two stages of decision-making process in our firm, which is basically sort of a management committee, which we go through, and then the investment committee. So we prepare the documents for investment committee to basically kick off after we all meet and discuss. So nothing changes so far. You know, we just do our job and kind of investigate and continue with the diligence of the companies, which we will do anyway.
Okay, so right now we are closing our voting, and we are actually ready to announce who is the winner. And I will start from the third place. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you worried?
Of course.
So the third place goes to the project SignLang. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Woo. Thank you. I just unmute myself. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thanks for you too. So the second place goes to HRMNY Mobility.
Wow.
Congratulations, Arthur.
Congratulations. And the first place, yes. Okay, I will tell you. Raccoon.Recovery is the winner. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Svetlana, you will go to pitch in Silicon Valley, and we all wish you the best of luck in your further steps. We wish you to grow and of course to be successful.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's very important, and I think that this will very help our team today, because like last 2, 4 or 5 weeks they all are working like non-stop, because like we had to change a lot of things after lockdown starts. So I think that your opinion will be very important for our team nowadays. Thanks.
So, Svetlana, thanks. And now let's talk a little bit on the subject matter. CEO and founder of Startup Network, Alexander Soroka, will start our discussion. So, Alexander, tell us, please, what is your opinion about today's battle?
Thank you very much, Dasha. And firstly, I want to invite the startup Exponential, which is called Exponential, to our coronavirus battle. Because this April, what we do really, we organize 4 battles on 4 continents and try to help startups which are looking, who fights the coronavirus, to raise the money. So you are welcome, please. And I want to ask the judges who came today also to help us and to share maybe information or maybe recommend us startups who can do it, because it's a real disaster for the whole world today. And so we decided to help a little bit. This is absolutely free event as for judges, for startups, for guests. So please help us to do this. And now really our event is just almost closed. So we have a non-formal discussion for some judges, startups, and anybody can ask questions, particularly startups. If you want to ask, please, the judges are still here. And I have one more message. Really, we are looking for the partner in every country for doing offline battles. And so we are looking for partner in Riga as well. So if you want to do with us unicorn battles on a regular basis and some other activities, such as establish a chapter of our Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, you're welcome. Just tell us and we will talk with you. So let's have a discussion. If anybody can ask somebody, please. Do you have, maybe you have questions to our judges?
Yes, exactly. I was listening to Thomas and Roman saying that nothing changed, but we experiencing, though we have a lot of online solutions, but and the only offline solution was our battles, but still we're experiencing that the changes are just drastic. Will we ever come back to the times, to the matters and the way of deal flow that was before the lockdown? Or everything changed forever? What do you think, guys?
This is Thomas. My opinion is very simple. Yeah, the true technology companies will survive. And the guys who are really creating value, they're going to survive and they're going to even strengthen.
But the industries, maybe the industries change. Some industries are more important right now.
That's for sure. So as I said, we have our own view which industries will eventually come up as the winners and which ones actually is going to be, suffering quite a lot. Yeah.
Which ones? Which ones?
I don't like this is our internal between partners opinion. So I don't want to be, you know, as a sage and telling, you know, oracles what will
We
happen.
won't tell anyone. It's just between us. Nobody hears us.
So, this is, and I'm saying that this crisis is a big separator between averages and the ones who really did something which is valuable for the future world, which will be different for sure. And the ones which are optional. Yeah, so I always give that example about going to your dentist. You know, then everyone is full of money. You can go on the monthly basis, you know, do it, you know, different procedures, and you keep doing it, yeah. But actually, then you are not having a lot of money. But then your teeth will be really like painful. You're gonna go to him. But if not, you won't. Yeah. So this is the same solution. If the solution is really solving the pain, it will always have the clients around. If it's optional, it's optional. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to ask Elena. Elena, are you now in California?
Yes, exactly. I'm now based in California, Sunnyvale, in Silicon Valley. From our experiences, I have joined Plug and Play travel and hospitality team, and as we know, travel and hospitality area has been hit very hard. And or from our investment perspective, I would say that is definitely not that active anymore as it was. So everybody is kind of looking what's going to happen, especially in travel and hospitality. We're much more pickier in terms of startups. So these are very interesting times. In terms of, for example, healthcare vertical or supply chain vertical, now they're working even more than before because there are new opportunities for them. So in terms of this event, I would like to thank all the startups once again for the pitches. And as I mentioned, if anybody is also interested in joining Plug and Play ecosystem, I'll be more than happy to talk to you, to everybody. I can share my contact details. So we do also organize acceleration programs for every vertical twice per year. It's completely free for startups and we do not take any equity. Our business models that we charge our corporate partners for being a part of us. For our ecosystem, we provide connections with corporate partners in different verticals. So I believe that many of the startups which we heard from today, I think could be relevant for corporate partners. So yeah, thank you very much. It was a great event and yeah, looking forward to connections.
Thank you, Elena. Yeah, you can write your contacts in the common chat so everybody can see it. And if anybody can share your contact information, please share it in the chat. And of course, Elena, we know Plug and Play very well, and we often take startups to come with us to your office in Silicon Valley to show one of the best Silicon Valley-based accelerators. So
yeah, I'll be happy to meet here when we are back from the lockdown.
Eventually, when we'll be able to fly to California. Exactly.
Yeah.
So now what I've heard that it stopped until 1st of June. Yeah, the flight to US. No.
I think so, yeah. There's the recent information. I think I haven't even checked. I just woke up like 6 a.m. in the morning. But the most recent information before was that we have lockdown till the 1st of May. But now I see that.
Anna, you told me today.
Yeah, the 1st of June, yes.
Perfect.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Perfect, yeah, already.
Okay.
Crazy.
And Ivo, do I pronounce correctly, Ivo?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell your opinion about what's going on now today?
What I've seen is the deal flow has really shrunk for some reason. Of course, hospitality and travel sectors have suffered. I mean, revenues just dropped to zero. Quite interesting. I have few startups in my portfolio from travel sector. So yeah, it probably changes something in our behavior. So I enjoy actually not going from one meeting to another and spending half an hour or hour in between meetings. Now I can make meetings immediately after one another. So probably that is accepted behavior from now on. So give some more time. Yeah, interesting times. Let's see. Good investments are made on bad times.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you. How many business angels do you have in your network?
150.
150? Oh, it's really a big network.
Yeah.
Is it the only network of business angels in Estonia, or you have more?
We have a lot of angels also from other countries. I would say maybe 15%, maybe even 20% are non-Estonians who are interested in investing in Estonia. And we also have some entrepreneurs that are investing from their companies, not only angels.
Okay, I see. Great, great. And so probably, as we already made to organize, decided to organize online battle, we can invite startups and investors from neighbor countries. Yeah, so
exactly. Yeah, we also have some advantages when doing online battles, right?
Really, before we organized offline events mostly, and this is for us a new experience. And what do you think? Is it this format, online format, will it live in the future, or everything will come back and offline events will be the main pitch events on the stage? Roman, what do you think?
Well, I think personal communication will become a VIP opportunity for people going forward sooner or later. So people will undoubtedly be inclined to speak online more, even generations that didn't appreciate the opportunity before. So for those events that will be positioned as kind of high-level events, I'm sure it's going to be interactive personally. But for the events, for other events that will not have an opportunity and to organize, everything in one place logistically, because it's going to become quite expensive, will probably stick to online services. So I think online will be a new norm with offline classical meetings and conferences being more common. At the same time, they will become most likely a commodity.
Yeah, so it will be a privilege to meet a person offline, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
but in the masks probably.
Of course, yes.
Yeva, Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that this will have a very long-term impact on life as we know it, 100%. What I see here within my network when it comes to investment, people are becoming very, very cautious. VCs don't know when they will be able to raise their next fund. So clearly that has consequences, right? So everyone's kind of sitting on their pile of whatever they have. In a way. However, the good thing is that the public grants, at least here in Norway, are becoming more and more available. That's what I'm going to apply with my own startup for actually in the coming days. So public funding, EU funding, that is something that everyone should definitely look at right now, especially within these times. The EU is also investing heavily in more technology and circular economy and solutions to fight this battle that we're all in. But yeah, going forward, I think that the good thing is that the hygiene will be better. People will be washing their hands.
We'll learn to wash hands, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that people have definitely learned. I think that shaking hands, a lot of people will have a long time to get over it to actually do that again. So on a very personal level, there will be a lot of things that, because this is like a mental impact. Like you will not kick back to normal within a week or a month. I don't think so. I think this is going to have a very long impact. And yeah, I'm mostly worried about the long-term consequences on economy and what is going to happen to a lot of industries like airlines, hospitality, restaurants. That sort of worries me because, you know, whoever can move online moves online, but there are certain things that are quite limited when it comes to this non-human interaction. So yeah, I mean, I see good and bad in this situation, put it that way.
Thank you. Andrew?
Yeah, what I would say is that the times like these are actually the best times to invest. You just need to make the right decisions and just understand that the companies that were good, let's say a month ago, might not survive within a year. So, but at the same time, the best and the biggest companies that are, let's say, monsters of their markets right now, they were mostly founded in the crisis times, whether it was like in the beginning of 1930s or in 2008, or maybe at the burst of dot-com bubbles back in the beginning of the 2000s. And what's different this time would probably be the fact that if I can compare the, let's say, the financial crisis of 2008 and the pandemic of 2020, is that basically I see that we will still have more money fluctuating around, or rather compared to the previous time. It's just a matter of looking where to invest that money. It looks like last time it was a huge crisis of liquidity. Like banks didn't have the money, they didn't trust anyone, so the central banks were really pumping up the funds. And it's going to happen the same this time, with the difference that the way I see is that the investors still do have the money. They will still be looking into different options to invest. I've had a couple of talks with investment funds here. They're still looking for options. One of my clients is just right now setting up his own angel fund, just to be able to take the best projects that might be available at this point in time. So it shouldn't be that bad, and we'll get back to normal. We'll get into another normal within a couple of months when the quarantine is over. Some companies will not survive. Some industries like airlines and travel will probably see lower demand for a couple of years. But at the end of the day, the economy and all of us will just, adapt to the new economy. And by adapting, there will be more niches, more opportunities for us and for the entrepreneurs to explore, and to exploit. So I see that as a perfect time to start something new. And to invest into something good.
Yeah, thank you very much. And there is interesting thought popped up in my mind with the unemployment rate raising drastically. Will there be more startups? Maybe because people losing their jobs, maybe they will come up with something new and will use the time they have finally to set up their own entity. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens most of the times, because it's very, when you have some idea for a business and you don't really have, and you have a stable job, you have a family to care, and at one point of time you just don't have a job anymore, and at one point of time you just don't really have any other options to get employed. That's the perfect time to start. You don't have anything to lose, and you're really, pursued by the necessity to provide for your family.
Exactly. So we will have many more interesting startups. We just need to look out.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and see you at our next unicorn battles. And you're all invited to our coronavirus battles. We'll have the first one to come on the 22nd of April. That's it for European startups.